Come on, come on.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're talking about new tourist records in the Dominican Republic. Does that mean there's business opportunities for you? Yes, it does. Does that mean there's real estate opportunities for you? Yes, it does. Does that mean if you're in the excursion and tourism business, there's opportunities for you? Yes, it does. Does that mean it's in the cruise industry? Yes, it does. There's a whole lot that we can talk about tonight, and you know what we do here. So rub your hands together, because this is another edition of the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where only members with the icon can be in the chat room. Everybody can watch, but only members with the icon can be in our chat room on a Wednesday night. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here. And again, please share the videos. Why? Because you never know who you're going to be out here helping. Because once people learn that there's no barriers to entry, whether it's regard to an LLC, otherwise known as SRL in the Dominican Republic, you can start one of those. So therefore, you can be in business in, not like in America, but in about 3 to 4 weeks, your SRL will be approved, and then you're off to the races. You have help here, ladies and gentlemen. We have lawyers, we have attorneys, we have developers, we have the builders, we have real estate options, we have business options, we have business offices options. We have a lot for you, but of course, it's only what you want to talk about tonight. But I'm going to bring up the new tourist records for February 2024. You want to know what it is? 661,000 visitors by air to the Dominican Republic. It's an all-time record. I'll repeat, 661,000. Now, please make sure you share this video, smash the like button, and let me see who's in the house tonight. It looks like Yahweh J is here, an investor inside the Dominican Republic. He has a property, or maybe two. So welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He has, of course, the icon on Wednesday night, so I greatly appreciate it. He brings his tagline, hello, SSN Nation, received notification, saw the trailer, and he did one piece, the like button. I appreciate that, Yahweh J. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know something about the Dominican Republic, unfortunately tonight, you have to be a member to be in the chat room. If you're not a member, that's okay. Monday and Friday nights, we have our live streams where you can ask questions. We have people here that are very knowledgeable. I'm not the only one, because I don't know everything. So once again, Victor Marrero is in the house. The soon-to-be retiree is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to his name, which I appreciate. He brings his tagline, hello all, let's do this. And another Dominican Republic investor is in the house. And ladies and gentlemen, he has invested in what they call Conorock. Yahweh J investing in Las Reset Paul. And we have a lot to talk about. I still haven't got the approval, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. But once again, maybe it's one of those things. Sometimes the wait is worth it, because I want to tell you guys what we're going to be doing in the DR. I just can't say anything right now until it's official. But once it gets official, we'll see. I've been waiting, 3 weeks now? We will see. Sometimes it takes longer. So we'll see what happens. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Let me bring this up on the screen. Because again, some people can't believe what we've been telling them all these years. We've been saying for the last 4 years, get your piece of a pie. If you are going to be in the real estate or business arena or tourism business, you should be at a place that has all-time record high tourist numbers, a place that is number one against everybody else in the world. The number one country well-being center is, guess where? Dominican Republic. And they haven't even done anything yet. That is the most incredible thing. Imagine when they build all these 200, 500, 700 million dollar hotels and resort areas all over the north, northeast, northwest areas of the Dominican Republic. That's going to bring more people in, and that is going to make it a very, very profitable place for you because you bought early. Remember, in real estate, location, location, location. And the other thing to remember, where is all the people going when they land? Well, we have answers, because travel to the Dominican Republic is growing at a record-setting pace, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here's the numbers. I put this out today. I just dropped it, but I figured we might as well talk this on the live stream, because we have a lot of the SSN Nation members who actually bought property in the Dominican Republic. Over 50 people here in the SSN Nation and counting. The Dominican Republic set another record in February, reporting more than 661,000 stay-over visitor arrivals. The best February in the history of Dominican Republic, and that's according to Tourism Minister David Collado. All right, ladies and gentlemen, where do we start with these numbers? January, a record. February, a record. They're at what, 1.3, I think, 1.4 million. That is an all-time record for 2 months. Now, all I have to say is we get 1.4 times 6. That's 8.4. Ladies and gentlemen, did I not say 8.5 to 9 million this year by air? Can we get there? Well, so far we're slightly under track, but can we get there? March is going to be spring break that we're in right now, so expect over 700,000 arrivals. So therefore, in the first 3 months, I am expecting 2 or 2.1 million visitors by air. Now, keep in mind, notice I keep saying air. Why do I keep saying air? Because wait till you see the bottom portion of this, because this is the main thing. 2/3 of visitors were in the broader Punta Cana area. And what are they calling the broader Punta Cana area? Punta Cana, Barbaro, and Bahibe. Okay, look, Punta Cana and Barbaro are the same thing. Well, they are. I mean, that's ridiculous. Bahibe, on the other hand, is like an hour away. So for them to include that, and all it is really 1% of people. I mean, it's not like a main thing, but 66% or a little higher is going to Punta Cana or coming in at Punta Cana Airport. So that should make you go, as an investor, as a business owner. And you should be thinking, how many more people are coming next year? Well, guess what? They will be in the 9.5 to 10 million air passengers in 2025. A lot of us are going to be very happy if we had delivery of something in 2025, because that's going to break. It's going to shatter records. Shatter. You heard what I'm saying. Why? Because everything is in place, ladies and gentlemen. Some people would think that 8% for Santo Domingo is a bit low, but see, Santo Domingo is not designed to be a tourist destination. It's a city. It's just like any other city. It's designed to be a city, and then all of a sudden on the outskirts of the city, there might be some place like you go out to Boca Chica. If you're in Santo Domingo, that's 45 minutes away, 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on where you are. So that's not like you're in Santo Domingo right there in the beach area and you got like 5 miles, 6 miles worth of beach. It doesn't work like that. You're not down in Brazil. So it was designed as a city. So therefore, what they're doing is Punta Cana, Michis, Macau, Samana, Cabarete, all these areas, Pedernales, Cabo Roja, all these areas are untapped and going to be built for tourism. They haven't even been fully built yet. So that's why I am confident 9.5 to 10 million visitors by air is going to happen in 2025. I am very, very confident in that. So far, we have not missed any targets. Have we? We said 8 million last year by air. Now we're saying 8.5 to 9 million this year. But next year, 9.5 to 10 million by air. All right. Hopefully you guys are writing this down. Bring your pen, pads, and papers. Now, this is interesting. New York continues to send more travelers to the Dominican Republic than any other source market. I'd be very interested to find out how they calculate this, because New York has planes that go to the Dominican Republic, but does that include people that actually transfer from different cities? Then they land in New York, then they fly to Dominican Republic. But either way, it doesn't matter. But I'd be curious at that. All right. Now, is there anything else you need to know, really, ladies and gentlemen? Because 10 years ago, the Dominican Republic said, you know what? We're just this little country out here in the middle of nowhere. Nobody pays attention to us. But what we are going to do is try to get 10 million visitors, including cruise ships, in 10 years. Well, they reached their goal, because in 2013 is when they did this. 2023, they reached the 10 million. They have done a lot of damage. And as far as damage, it's a good thing. They have put the infrastructure in place that people around the world would love to come hang out. Highways, byways, restaurants, 5-star hotels, 5-star resorts, 5-star places to eat, big names that everybody likes in the travel industries, the Hyatts, the Hiltons, the Marriotts, the Nobu. It doesn't matter. The who's who of the top of the line hotels, restaurants, airlines are all coming to the Dominican Republic. You want to hang with the big boys? Well, now you know where to be in the next 5 to 10 years. Now, something very interesting happened today. Talking to a few people on the phone, and I was like, my God, people are coming up with all kinds of ideas. And speaking of ideas, I don't know how this will play in the DR, but electric vehicles on an island where you're going to have to find a charging station, and their electrical grid is very, very, I don't know how strong it is. It's, well, I guess you live in America. It ain't that strong either, but I mean, it's going to be very interesting. I'm like, I don't know if I want an electric vehicle on the island unless I know for a fact we have charging stations. And the first charging station for electric vehicles is going to be where? It's going to be where 66% of the air traffic lands. You know it's going to be Punta Cana, right? Business owners aren't stupid. Of course they're going to put them in Punta Cana. That's where the first fast charging stations for electric vehicles are going to be. Are you guys getting the playbook yet? Are you understanding the playbook? The opportunity that you have is here. Now, I see I'm going to have a little problem with my my page right now. So this is going to be very interesting how I'm going to get back. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm stuck, if you guys can see this. So let me know what you guys think about all of this down below in the chat room. Let's see. We have some more people that have joined us. Joe Nay is here. Another investor in the Dominican Republic is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to his name. And he says his tagline, what's good? 2 thumbs up. SSN fam, how is everybody tonight? You know we good when we start talking about Dominican Republic and all-time record high tourist numbers. For all of us who are investing there, we are loving this. And he says, I'm sure glad I'm an investor. That's right. Future looks bright. That's exactly right. With a bullet, might add, because again, this is 2 years in a row for records. Next year is going to be 3. How can I guarantee this? Because more airlines are coming from South America, from Europe, from Central America, and in the United States, there's more routes going to the DR. They're arranging them as we speak. So when you know this, that means you should be where all the party is happening. And if you know what the numbers are, like you know now, 66% land at Punta Cana Airport. And still, we haven't even talked about cruise passengers, because some people right now could move over to where Pedernales, Cabo Rojo, where they know there's going to be a terminal for cruise ships. So now it's just a matter of how many cruise ships are coming to this port annually. Wouldn't it make sense if you're in some sort of business that goes along with cruise ships that you should be in that little plaza when people get off the boat and you have thousands of people getting off a boat to come shop for a few hours? I think so. And you get to charge them a little bit more than if they weren't at this cruise port location, right? It's unbelievable, but somebody better get in. Let's go. Victor Morel says, I believe Punta Cana is at the same level as Cancun in terms of visitors, if not more. It's funny that you mentioned this, Victor Morero. You are exactly right. It has surpassed Cancun for the first 2 months this year. Yes, that is actually what happened. My Punta Dominican Republic Weekly that I'm going to do this week, I'm actually going to mention this because that is a thing. They have surpassed Cancun. Can you believe this? With local tourism, Punta Cana is destroying the Caribbean competition. Exactly, Victor Morel. It's going down. Just like, well, some of us put our money where our mouth is. Victor Morero is one of them. Joe Nay's one of them. Jaway Jay's another. We believed in the venture. We believed in what was going to happen. And the numbers keep saying, what are you waiting for? Because what's going to end up happening is the thing that always ends up happening. The reason why all these big time resort companies are moving there is because they can buy land so cheap right now. So I'll give you an example. It may not seem cheap to you, but right now that you can buy land at around $260 a square meter at oceanfront, but it's not going to be in Punta Cana. You're going to have to be miles away, but still you can get beachfront acreage at $260 per square meters, right? So 3 years ago, you could have gotten that same thing for like $70 per square meter. Big difference, right? Well, it's going to keep rising. So then it's going to price out anybody that's going to be moving in there because nobody's going to spend like billions of dollars. People are going to be spending a couple $100 million, $300 million as we speak today on building. But that was today's price. A year from now, when they start building, their price just went up 10 to 15%. They thought they were building it for 300 million, but they might as well just make it 350 to 400 million at that point because the prices went up. So this is what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. You have an opportunity if you season and if you're business savvy, this is the time. So once again, Joe Nay, in the words from George's Charles, I smell money in here. Exactly, Joe Nay. That's exactly right. Jaway J says this. He says, Eric, there's already an electric vehicle charging station in Punta Cana called Evergo. Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I don't know what their charging is doing. These guys have those high output charging stations that they're bringing. So maybe that is the distinction, because otherwise you're waiting. This 3 or 4 hour thing is crazy. If you don't have those high output places where you're going to be doing an hour or 45 minutes or less, and that's even too long for me. So no go with EV vehicles for me. I like the concept. I like the idea, but I am not driving around and then almost finding I'm on near empty, or 30 miles till empty, or 50 miles till empty. And then I got to go charge and it's going to take me 45 minutes. I'm not down with that. I mean, I got to go eat lunch or eat dinner or something while it's charging. I'm like, forget that. EV Go charging station, Jawway J. Yep. That's good to know. I don't know why they claim they're the first, or are they claiming they're the first? Let me go look. Punta Cana will welcome first. Oh, fast charging station. That's what I'm saying. Those EV Goes aren't that fast. And they're using, CEPM has their branding on it already. That's incredible. So it's actually the electrical companies doing a direct. Oh, that's messed up. And I'm thinking, will the electrical company finally get to their senses? I wonder, will they get to their senses and allow people to, will they pay them for excess electricity from solar panels? That'd be awfully nice, wouldn't it? I hope they come to their senses, because that would change the whole game if they get extra electricity. That would be awesome. You guys want to know something else, though? It'll be talked about in Dominican Republic Weekly. Remember when we were talking about Kathmandu 2 years ago? And then when Kathmandu opened and we were all like, what is this? This is not even an amusement park. It's like Chuck E. Cheese from 1985 or something. You know, where you have these little kiddie things, balls, and you run around on these little activity thing. I don't even know what you call these things. I was like, where's the rides? Where's the actual cool stuff that kids would want to do? This thing about shooting targets like you're at the state fair. I was like, how is that a thing? And then they're charging people like $25, $29 a person to get in, or something crazy. I'm like, it closed. It closed, ladies and gentlemen. They closed their doors. Stupid location, stupid presentation. They are closed already. I don't even think it was 1 year. That's how bad this is. And this is what I try to tell people. You go to an island and then you expect people to go to booze cruises, go fishing, jet skiing, go watch shows, go shopping, and you expect them to go to not even an amusement park that's really an amusement park, and they're staying in all-inclusive locations that have water parks, that have game rooms, that has rock climbing, mini golf, golf courses, and you're going to go to Kathmandu. I don't think so. I don't think so. This is crazy. And do some 1990s type of activity at an amusement park? I don't think so. You're not traipsing halfway around the world to go do that, or a 2-hour flight, 3-hour flight to go do that, when you can stay in an all-inclusive resort and you have everything you want, all you can eat, all you can drink, and all the stuff that you can do at Kathmandu Park damn near. That made zero sense. They had the vibe of the Orlando Corporation coming in. So everybody thought, naturally, there are going to be some awesome roller coasters, some rides, and all. Roller coaster? What roller coaster? You're thinking there's going to be some of those moving chairs and doing all this? Sure, they had that. But then they put on the screen some sort of 3D effect stuff that you can shoot it from the screen like it's 1999 or 1990. Like, kids that's over with. Have you not seen what kids are playing on their computers? Have you not seen that yet? It's way advanced beyond that stuff they were doing at Kathmandu in 2022. That was just a travesty. So it was no shocker that it closed down. You're exactly right, Jawway J. There are about 5 in Punta Cana. Yes, So I think they're talking about the fast charging is when they're talking about the first of its kind. All right. Also, just wait until the bullet train is built from the capital of the North and South. I saw the ad video with the renderings. It will be funded by private and foreign capital. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is the thing right here. Victor Morel done hit it on the head. We have that train that's coming from Punta Cana to Santo Domingo. We have the bullet train that's going to come up from I believe it's going is it going Santo Domingo or Santiago up to like Puerto Plata, Cabarete area. This is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Makes sense from a tourist standpoint. So now those who bought that Jarabacoa property up in the mountains, it ain't so far up in the mountains anymore as soon as they do the bullet train. But nonetheless, you could have bought a villa, condos, and all that for under $200,000 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it's starting to go up. But nonetheless, you still have opportunities. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. If you need some help, hey, hit us up in the WhatsApp group. I'll help. I'm helping everybody now. We have the SRL in the Dominican Republic, SSN Lifestyle SRL, which is an LLC in the Dominican Republic. So we're going to be running this whole thing from now on. So if you want to find out about any projects, want to talk to anybody, hit us up. I'm hoping this is the, oh, here we go. I'll put it in the chat room. Everybody who's watching, you can always click on this. Come join us in the chat room at the WhatsApp group. That's the SSN Lifestyle WhatsApp group. All right. So there we go. Eric, you're on island time. LOL. Exactly, man. Exactly. I love it. I love it. You got that right. Here we go. Can't wait to be back in Punta Cana, says Victor Morel, living the good life. You got that right. And he's retiring here shortly. T minus like 4 or 5 months. That'll be awesome. Thanks to the Yield Max. And I just looked at Yield Max today because I was talking with a family member, my cousin, and I was like, hey, man, you put in, he's like, what would you do with $5,000? I said, well, let's go over here and look at yieldmaxetfs.com. Let's see. 2 months ago, they gave like $1.10 a share. Then a month ago, they gave like 80 cents a share, 81 cents for all intents and purposes. In March, they also gave 81 cents a share. For $5,000, you would have had 300 shares, approximately. So 300 times $1.10 is $330 would have been obtained at that time. What would you have done? You would have reinvested. And then you would have added another like 43 to 45 shares. And the next month, it would have been 80 cents. So you would have had 345 shares at 81 cents and whatever that number is. So that's 200, maybe 260, 270. I haven't ran the numbers, but I can't remember what it was. But nonetheless, so now you're reinvesting again. And now you're adding another 28, 29 shares. So now you have 360 or 70, something of this nature. And next thing you know, it's 81 cents again. And now you're almost at $300 per month and climbing that you could actually withdraw if that's what you wanted to do. But why not let it ride? Your money's making money for you. You don't have to put any more money in. Beautiful thing if you can get there. So Victor Morero's in Yield Max ETFs. Defiance ETFs income. He's in that QQQY. KLIP is one as well, but in a different one. Those are all giving you high octane dividend returns, which you could use dividends to actually pay for where you live. Use the dividends to pay for where you want to buy other real estate. You win. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry, but you do need a brokerage account. So down below in the description box, that's where you go find. If you have not downloaded Robinhood or Webull, please use those links. Why? Because you get free shares when you download those links. Now, Robinhood, you get one free stock. Webull's a little more generous. They always have promotions. But Robinhood, you just download the app, accept your free stock. Webull, you can get 13, 20 fractional shares, whatever the promotion is, but you need to put in $1 in your account at least or more. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. So this should be the link right here that you see on the group. This is the SSN lifestyle group. So therefore, if you have any questions, because there's going to be questions coming up, the musical event is going to be a 2-weekend event now. That's right. We've had to have a little reset. It's going to be off the charts. Sean Rayford Experience, Lucky Witherspoon. And then the following weekend, the Sean Rayford Experience, along with the Dominican Latin players, and the first weekend. So 2 weekends in a row. Club Nouveau is going to be the second weekend. We're adding some more artists, and it's going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. So just stay tuned. All right. Follow this link. There you go. Brian P. is the man with Yield Max ETFs. He said, Eric, I got over 5,000 shares of TSLY. So when they said they are giving 81 cents, I believe that is over $4,000. Is that right? That is right. $4,000 in dividends, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me. So somebody said, well, how much did that cost? I don't know. It might have been like $59,000 or $60,000 to get 5,000 shares. But here's the kicker. Every month, think about $4,000 and you reinvest that and buy more stocks. Your money's making money for you. So in the next month, you have more stocks. You didn't have to put any more money in. That's what we talk about here, ladies and gentlemen. And what should you do with $3,000 or $4,000 a month? Now you could say, hey, I want to go over here and buy some property somewhere. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry, because I don't like Dominican Republic. I like Central America. I like South America. I like Thailand. I like Greece. I like wherever. I like Mexico. I'll go invest there. But wouldn't it be much nicer if you had a check coming in that was a significant amount of like 3,000 or 4,000, and all you had to do was take 1,000 every month and put that towards your down payment at 0% interest while they're building your project over 2.5 years, 3 years. And then at the end of 3 years, you put down your 30 or 40,000, which is your down payment. And now all you have to do is fund it. That would be an awesome thing, wouldn't it? Congratulations. That's what the big boys do. You're part of the big boy club now. That's what we do here. All right. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I greatly appreciate. And he brings his tagline, hello, Eric. Hello to you. I hope all is well with you. Thank you so much. Hello, SSN family. And he says he done smashed the like button. And I appreciate that as well. If you guys have not smashed the like button, please do so now. If you're trying to get in the chat room and you can't, there's a reason. On Wednesday night, you have to be a member of the channel to be in the chat room. You can watch. You can share the videos. You can let people know where they can get information that they don't have to pay for. Why don't they have to pay for it? Because this is the no guru zone. We make money, ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, we don't have to charge you. Did you not hear me? I'll repeat. We make money, so I don't need to have a course to charge you. Do you hear that? Because why do I need a course? Exactly. Because I need you to pay for the course so I can pretend that I make money. Don't make money from the course. Now we'll find out if you really make money. I'm just saying. All right. It's a no guru zone here, ladies and gentlemen. Another Yield Max ETF paying over $1. The new ULTY just put out its dividends per share today. Oh my God, $1.06 per share, $19.99. Look, if they keep this up, this is impossible. I don't know what that is, but this is impossible. These guys are making out like bandits. I mean, this is crazy. Okay, $1 means that's $12 in dividends every a year. So what we're going to do is, I'm not going to use $12. I am actually going to use $9. Okay, so if you want to find out your yield, you would go $9 divided by $19.99. And that is a crazy number at 45% return on your money. You know what that means, though? you get to double your money damn near every 1 year and a few months. And then that doubles again if you reinvest it. So think about how fast that would happen if they're able to keep up this schedule. And that's a big if, because high rewards gives a bad vibe of high risk. All right. High reward always means a high risk. Just keep that in mind. This is not for the faint at heart. I'm just saying. But it is hella nice to see something like that, a 40, 45, 50% return on your money. Woo, that's impressive if you can get it. And that's what we're trying to do here in the Dominican Republic. When they're setting tourist records, you're buying real estate, you're buying land. In a few years, you'll be able to flip it. So the question is, how many can you get? Right? That's the $1 million question. Brian P., he says, hey, Eric, I got the notification and saw the videos. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Joe Nay says, almost forgot, but I just smashed that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Laverne Penix is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to your name. And I greatly appreciate it. Nice to see you again. And ladies and gentlemen, this is AKA Mr. Cool is here. He's in the house, another real estate investor in the Dominican Republic. And welcome. Hello, SSN Nation is his tagline. I hope everyone is doing well. That's exactly right. I received a notification and saw the trailer. That is like 4 people this evening. I greatly appreciate that. All right. AIWMY. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Brian Pay, Victor Marrero, always dropping this IWMY. There goes another one, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. You talk real estate. You talk stock market. You talk dividend investing from the stock market. We can even talk crypto right now, but we don't really need to talk crypto because your money should only be in Ethereum and Bitcoin. We've been saying that since last March, April of last year. Don't buy anything else. All right. Not going to have a problem. But Brian P., that's right. Get your pen, pad, and paper, ladies and gentlemen, because even though you can buy real estate, how about doing it reverse? You can put money into some vehicle where you get dividends. You still have the principal, and then you can still use the dividends or the profits from the dividends and go buy some real estate if you have enough shares. Think about it. So somebody might say, well, I need $2,000 per month from dividends, and then that means however much the IWMY stocks cost, you need at least 2,000 of them. That gives you the number. If IWMY is $20, now you know what that means. You're trying to get 2,000 at $20. That's 40 G's. But that gets you $2,000 a month passively and rising. I'm just saying. Wouldn't you like to be in that party? All right. Laverne Penix says, I enjoyed the grilling of the Boogie Gopher Club. Priceless. Oh, thank you very much, man. And I will give them their appropriate name, the Goofy Gopher Club. That's right. I appreciate that, Laverne Penix. We had a little bit of fun with it, right? And like clockwork, they put a privacy strike on the channel naturally, because the privacy strike actually gets the video removed easier than a copyright strike, because they know the copyright strike will not work because it's called fair use and you're not using their full entire video like I used to. So they can't get them down that way. So what they do now is, because I had Micah's name on the screen, they promptly sent over a privacy strike so YouTube would help them out and take the video down. But never fear, for everybody on podcasts and iTunes and iHeartRadio and around the world, they will be hearing about the Goofy Gopher Club. So they can't stop it. It's rolling already. Them clowns. Thank you so much, Laverne Penix. Oh, by the way, thank you for bringing that up, because we have our own ring of fire where some people were like, hey, you know, we put some money in. So far, nobody has contacted me saying that they would want to accept a accept the terms, because the terms are non-disclosure agreement, an NDA. Also, the terms are remove all videos of Goofy Gopher Club or Miracle Cash and More or Boogie Gopher Club. And I can never say a bad word about them, but they'll give me the money back. So far, nobody's ever said, I want the money back. But if you guys want the money back, let me know. So I pretty much was like, I'll do the deal. But as Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool, has said, I said, well, number one, number two, number three, number four, this is what we have to do. This is the terms that I'm making, because I just don't want to be one of the few people that they give money back to. They're just giving me money back because I actually have a channel. Other people don't have a YouTube channel, so therefore they don't care about them. They're just going to tell them, kick rocks. You can't get your money back. Kick rocks. Some people, they'll say, we'll give your money back, but other people, they're saying, kick rocks. I'm just saying this stuff is so valuable, according to you guys. Why don't you just give everybody who wants to give their money back? And I said, hey, whoever wants to buy my the NFTs, I'll sell them to you at the original price. They're supposedly worth a hell of a lot more money now. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. So I'm up for, if you want to buy a UK NFT for $5,000, hit me up. You want to buy a Benelux NFT with the POS system attached to it for $2,500? That's right, it's a bargain deal because they sell for $5,000 or $10,000 right now. You can buy them from us for $2,500 with the POS system. That's right, the Goofy Gopher Club cult. Come on down. Use your money since you believe. I don't. So there we go. I have 500 shares of, are you going to say 500 shares of IWMY? This man has so many shares. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's crazy. Brian P. Yes, sir, I did. I am tracking 9 ETFs paying over $1 per month. Average of $1.37 per month. I am spreading the wealth. Victor Marrero, that's what we call diversification. That's what we call it here, ladies and gentlemen. He's saying I buy stocks, I buy ETFs, I buy different ETFs. I have my money in a 401k that I created called the Solo 401k. Go look it up with Charles Schwab, but I love the TD Ameritrade used to call it a Solo, but then they joined with Schwab. But nonetheless, then we have to talk about other diversification such as real estate, investing. Then we have to talk about passive income from real estate, meaning short-term rentals potentially, long-term rentals potentially. Or maybe you don't want to do that at all. Maybe you want to be in the management portion and charge people 20 to 25% of what they receive as rent. How about that? There's all kind of options that you have, ladies and gentlemen, since we're talking about new tourist records in the Dominican Republic as well. But nice, Victor. Exactly. Victor's serious about his. He's about to retire, ladies and gentlemen. He's looking for that extra $5,000 per month from his dividend investment money. I love it. It's a good plan, and make it happen. Brian P., good for you. What's your strategy? Build up to 500 shares, then move to the next one, or just buy the ones with the highest yield? Again, I like that he's buying, but always remember when they give high yield, that's high risk. That's all I'm going to keep saying. Sometimes you get that nice 40%, 30%. That's rare. But in order to keep that going for a year after year after year is very, very hard. Unless you have some secret sauce. It's not impossible the way that they're dealing with the options. But again, you can't guarantee that type of return. That is high risk. So you want a little bit lower risk, that's 10 or 15%. Well, then we got those, and those are considered high risk back in the day. Real estate investment trust. I don't know if I can trust real estate investment trust right now. It's like the 1970s all over again. It's like the Federal Reserve might increase interest rates because the unthinkable happened. Oh, who couldn't see this coming? When Jerome Powell called me and said, Eric, I am not going to raise the interest rates in December. It's a big mistake. You're acting like it's 1970 again. You know what happens when that happens. Inflation is going to go up, Jerome. Why are you doing this? I'm doing it for you, Eric, and the top 10 percenters. That's why I'm doing this. Our buddies. I'm like, yes, but I've turned over a new leaf. I don't care about the fellas. I care about the 90% because without them making money, we don't make money. What is wrong with you, Jerome? Increase the interest rates, man. He says, no, Eric, I'm sorry. You ain't the 1%. I got to go with what the 1%ers need. You know, your buddies that own real estate investment trust, you know, your boys that have bonds and stuff like this. If we increase this interest rate 0.5, man, these guys might have to file bankruptcy or something. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just give them a bailout like you do all the time. Nah, we're not doing that right now. We're going to hold that until later. Now, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. He said he's going to help us out. He's done a good job. All-time record high on the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. Man, what a guy. But the rest of America, that's those guys, man. They want to screw us over. They want to wipe out the middle class. So how do they not wipe out the middle class? Well, you got to buy property. You got to buy stocks. You got to buy businesses, and you got to own businesses, because that trifecta right there means you can't lose. So when the prices go up, you'll be able to adjust. All right, there you go. We're going to find out some answers right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's what he's doing. Highest yield, buy more ETFs. Yeah, and he can do it because he's using some dividend money to buy some more. It's beautiful if you can get it. Low ones next. Exactly. You got to go with the safer options. You got to get the 10%, the JEPQ, the JEPI. Those are safe around their JP Morgans, but they're 10%. But we took the high yield money and parked it into one of the Fed banks, earning the 10%. That is beautiful. I love that approach. All right. I love that. JEPI. Exactly. I love that. JEPQ. We love that option. I like that. Now, my ORC, my AGNC, which gives us our nice little 13, 14, 15% in that range. Now I'm going to get scared because they're going to increase the interest rates. That's real estate investment trust. They borrow against their assets under management to buy more properties. So therefore they can give you these great returns. But if you keep raising interest rates, they usually have variable interest rate, meaning their interest rate could go up 0.25. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you get a calculator out. If you have $500 million of loans, interest only with the variable rate, and you go 0.25, that's how much more interest they're going to be paying annually. So what does that mean? That means all those real estate properties that they own, guess what? Your rent's going to go up. Does that ring a bell now? Why your rent's going to go up when you're at an apartment building, condo buildings, and they're managed by a company? Because if they get hit, all rents have to go up. And not only will rents go up, but your utilities go up. Everything's going to go up because everything is generally leveraged in America. It's a capitalist system. So keep that in mind. That's why you need assets, ladies and gentlemen, that pay you. If the asset doesn't pay you, then don't even think about it. All right. You're about to get left behind. What I do is once I reach 200 shares, I move to the next one. Goal is to have 200 shares on all of them for diversification. I use half of the income to trade options. Hey, that's how we have to do it. I mean, he's using the income that's generated not by work, but while he's sleeping, and then he makes that turn into what else he wants to try to generate. That's how it's supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. You're supposed to have 7 different streams of revenue if you can get them. It's very hard. I'm just going to keep asking the same questions. Why would a billionaire be sitting in a stool on CNBC or ABC doing Shark Tank? Uh-oh. We got something going on. Uh-oh. Oh, we're talking about yield max ETFs again. So we might have a problem. This is funny. So I can't even get off screen right now. Can't do anything. So we'll see what happens here. If you guys can still hear me, I don't know. But nonetheless, on here it says I'm not responding. So hopefully this will go out and I'm going to do a reset. All right. So I can't put on a commercial. We can't do anything. But nonetheless, if you guys can still hear me, hopefully you can. If not, I'll see you in a second. All right, here we go. We're back. Here we go. I was frozen for a minute. Here we are. TSM also. Yes, I agree. I love TSM. Well, first of all, we loved TSM 3 years ago. All right, let's just call it what it was. The semiconductor business, we told people to get in 3 years ago. So if you've been holding since 3 years ago, you should have sold by now. All right. If you have 500% return, 800% return, 1,000% return, I think you should sell it. I did. Come on now. That's what we're supposed to do. All right. He can hear me. All right. I'm glad you can hear me because my screen was frozen, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know. All right. So this thing that's happening right before your very eyes in the Dominican Republic, I will also get you a conversation I had with my cousin. So I'm telling my cousin about, hey, man, I'm trying to get this property. It's on the water. And I start telling him, hey, man, it's, I'm going to have these beach clubs and things like that. Then we're going to charge people to run them and then, have that passive income coming in from the rent and stuff like that. So he says, yeah, when you go over to the Bahamas or wherever you go, they have jet ski rentals. So I was like, yeah, okay. I've never really thought about it. But then I was like, damn, you're at the beach, you have beachfront property. You might as well throw down 3, 4, 5 jet skis out front. I'm like, damn, he's right. So then what do? I go look and see what they're renting jet skis for in the Dominican Republic in the Punta Cana area. It's not $40. It's not $50. Some places are $75, $90 per hour. I was like, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Are you kidding me right now? I start looking around. Then I find something very, very interesting. I find jet ski tours where people are paying $290 and up to get up in the morning, go to 2 or 3 of these little mangroves, another little island on jet skis with about 5 to 10 other people on jet skis. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I was seeing something like $290 to $360 to $400 for an hour and a half. I was like, oh my God. So forget the 50, 60, 75 an hour. All I need is an hour and a half little tour, and we could have 6, 7, 8 people, and we could do $2,000 in an hour and a half, one run. I'm just like, don't let that happen 2 or 3 times a day, because we could be talking about $6,000, $7,000 or more per day. I won't get carried away, but let's just use in high season, it could be per day for about 6 or 7 months during the year. I don't know about the other 4 or 5 months, but we'll deal with 6, 7 months. I'll deal with 180 days. I'm good with that. If somebody says you can get 180 days of $7,000 per day, let me do the mathematics on this. Let's just go see what we're talking about here. 180 times, let's call 7,000 per day. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, that's $1.2 million for 180 days. 1.2 million. Now, the question starts going, well, how much are these jet skis? Well, as far as I know, jet skis are $15,000. I don't know what they really are anymore, but I looked it up. It said $5,000 to $25,000. So then my $15,000 is still probably good. So 15,000 times 7 is 105,000. Now, the question is, you're going to buy something for 105,000 and you divide it by 1.26. Oh, sorry. That's not right. 1.26 is what you make. and you divide that by 105,000, that's going to be an interesting number. 12,000%. Is that what that is? I don't even know, man. That's a crazy number right there. I think that's a go, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Wouldn't that be a go? So now right out front where you have beachfront property, you're going to have jet ski rentals and you're going to have a jet ski tour. And I will give you guys a little clue. The area that, if everything goes well in the next 24, 48 hours, I will be in the area that currently, hold on. I will be in the area where they are renting jet skis for over $350 for an hour and a half tour. That's all I'm going to say. I'm joining the jet ski tour. We will be having 6 or 7 jet skis, and this means we'll be making money soon as we are in escrow, because we will be down there with our jet ski rentals. We will be going to, you guys know I used to be in the travel business, so you know I'm going to be going to all of the adventure clubs, putting our package into the excursions, the concierge, the hotels, all this, so that way people are going to say, yeah, we're going to go out there and go do this jet ski tour and all that. Yes, just give us our $299 for your hour and a half while we go on this jet ski thing, and get us our 6, 7, 8 people like we want, and we're all going to be happy. We'll do that 3 times a day and call it a day. Liquid cash, except we did have to spend $105,000. I'm just saying. But will we? I don't think so. We negotiate when we buy in bulk, right? I'm just saying. All right. Let's go. Somebody's saying, Victor Marrero, I did that jet ski tour a few years ago, and yes, it was over 200 then. The one thing you need to consider with this business is insurance and liability. Say, Victor Marrero, that's always number one, because that is exactly the thing right there. You know something's going to happen. So the biggest question is, how much is the insurance and liability going to be? I don't think it's going to be that much in the DR. DR is not America. They do things a little bit differently. So I am thinking it's not going to be too bad. So Victor Marrero has hit the nail on the head. I have not ran any numbers, but this is what we're talking about doing in the Dominican Republic. Anybody can do this. Now, I will say this. If you don't own the land in front of the beach, or in front of the beach, you don't have a project, I don't know if I'm going to have to, if you wanted to do the business, if you have to get approval from whoever's property you're going to be in front of at the beach, because you really don't own the beach. So I don't know how that works, but I'm pretty sure most people aren't going to allow you to drag jet skis through their area right there. So it's much better if you actually own right there at the beach, because then nobody can say anything, really. So that's the way I look at it. I don't know their rules, but I'm going to find out. And he's right, the insurance and liability. So I looked, and there's several companies that do this. But once again, there's different areas in Dominican Republic that are higher value than others. And we're going to be in the high value area. So I know if Victor Marrero says he did a few years ago at 200, he's right. They're over 200 right now. They're like 360, 400 right now. That's what it's ranging from. So I'm going to go a little under $299 to bust out the park, which is still reasonable. For an hour and a half, I'll take that all day, every day. Because otherwise it's $75 or about $75 to $90 per hour. And 3 hours is a long time on a jet ski rental. So I don't, that's a long time. But nonetheless, we'll see how it goes. We will see. That's how we do it. Victor Marrero says you can present a business plan to a bank if you don't want to use your money. You also have to think about who will provide you with maintenance support. He's hit that on the head as well. Victor Marrero understands business, because number one is maintenance. It has to be a thing. That has to be number one on the list, is maintenance, because any breakdown stops the business. So therefore, you can't skimp on maintenance, and upkeep is job number one. He's exactly right. Also consider storage and equipment security. See, Victor Marrero, this is why, see, he hit it right on the head. From a normal person standpoint to bring your jet skis out to the beach, because you can't leave them there. That means you have to have your trailer, and you're going to have to pick them up, or your boat, or however you take these things, and you got to drive them off into the wherever and park them in a storage facility or behind gates or however you do it. But it's much different when you own the property at the beach. And job one is you already know you're going to be doing jet ski rentals. So therefore, you already have allocated and you already have built your little storage unit on your property that's right there. Not right there, but in the back of the property, out of sight. And then when it's actually built, it'll still be back there. And that will be a storage unit also for other people that we get to charge money. I love it, Victor Moreau, when you ask these questions that I've already been planned for. I love it. Because I'm going to take out 5 spots that were going to be villas. And I said, I need charging station that we charge for. Got to have revenue, right? Going to have some storage space available to charge people for storage, because people come seasonally. People might want to live there. They're going to rent a little small storage unit. We love it. And we're going to have our own stuff, right? Housekeeping supplies and washer, dryers, things like that. So we got to have our own space. That's where jet skis are going for us in the house. So again, all of this is perfect. And the area means that you can't use 100% of the land. So when the plans came out, they used 100% of the land. And I said, you can't do this. So that left open, had to take out the back lots, because I said, I'm not doing that, because I know it's not going to be approved properly, because they're going to say you need some green space. So we're going to make that our space that's not going to be built for villas. So therefore, that should be approved. And there we go. I love it. Victor Moreau is dead on. He's got everything correct. And this is why the maintenance we're going to have right there. We're going to have the storage right there. So therefore, they're going about, if everything goes well, the distance is, we're talking about 15. What is that? 15,000. The lots were, see, everything's in meters. So I'm trying to convert from meters to feet, but I think we are at about 230 feet. I think that's what it is. 230 feet. And you're back to the storage area. And here's the kicker. The road is right next to the lot. So now all we got to do is bust out, go down the road, which is the easement. That's the road that takes the buggies and all that to the beach. It's going to stay there. So we just bust out, take our stuff down, drop off, come back, pull it in. We good. Clean. It's all good, man. It's all planned for. But Victor Moreau's spot on with everything that he's saying right here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to do this business, he's dead on. Liability, insurance, maintenance. Those are the first 3 keys. And number 1 is maintenance, in my opinion. And you got to watch the hours that you're using on these vehicles. So now you have to start thinking. If you know anything about jet skis, you start thinking, okay, 200 hours, 250 hours. If you're not having issues, you're going to start thinking, oh my God, hold on. Because you're going to have to replace seals and everything like that. That's not really major, but that's what you have to do. You have to pay that overhaul. It's not really overhaul, but you have to pay that major maintenance. And probably in the DR, I'm not anticipating it being very cheap. But if you make like $500,000 in profit, are you really going to care about spending freaking $15,000? I don't think so. All right. That's part of doing business. You have to pay for your business, and heaven forbid, I'm about to pay freaking tax of 20-some percent, 27%, I think. Eeks. 1/4 of what you make goes to Dominican Republic from your SRL. That hurts. Ugh. Man, oh man, that hurts. But that's why you go with the high-end things that make money for you. That's why I always keep telling you, luxury wins. So now when you build your projects, because short-term rentals are going to be taxed. Are they going to be taxed at the personal rate of 25%, 24%? Or are they going to be taxed at a business rate of 27%? That is 1/4. That's more than 1/4. So if you presently charge $100, you get to keep it. If they do this tax like normal and it's some stupid tax instead of 10% or 8%, and let's say they do 25%, that means now you got to give $25 for every $100 you make to the DR in tax, and it's going to be taken out on your Airbnb platforms. So just keep all this in mind. But Victor Morero, very, very smart man. He knows the first things that you need are the ones he mentioned. I will go back because these are the things. This is the first three things that you have to consider. This is it. Look, consider with this business, insurance and liability. That's straight up. People get into accidents. People beach the jet ski because they get too close and it sucks up sand. Do all kind of crazy. And then he's talking about maintenance, which in my mind is number one. You can't scrimp on that at all because you're going to, anything out of service means we're not making money. So you have to spend the money for that. So very good points, and everybody should take heed because that's what you should be doing when you have your business. George's Charles, the man that we were talking about. I believe it was Joe Nay using some of your words. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with that icon next to your name. The emerging millionaire is here. He doesn't have just one, not just two, not just three. I'm not going to bust out what he has, but he has more than 3 properties in the Dominican Republic. He is the emerging millionaire, ladies and gentlemen. He says, hey, all. And Joe Nay already used your tagline, but this is George's Charles. His tagline is, I smell money in here. He's got that right. And I will bring up, just for everybody to have a little fun, I will bring it up where Joe Nay said it earlier. He says, if George's Charles was in the house right here, here it is. In the words from George's Charles, I smell money in here was from earlier today. And now George's Charles, the emerging millionaire, has showed up with his tagline, the official, I smell money here. He's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice to see you, George's Charles, once again. And he says, Victor Morero says, working jet engines is a lot more expensive than regular boat engines. He ain't lying. Trust me, I had a Sea-Doo jet boat that cost me hundreds of dollars per year for just maintenance. Exactly. I sold it here in Florida. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. And this is why you don't buy. Okay, this is not against Victor Morero. He knows that, but this is a perfect example. This is what happened when I got a boat. Same thing. I was like sitting there like, wait a minute, I don't even use this thing that much, but this is costing me every month for the marina. Then when I use it, I got to pay for gas, and that gas ain't cheap. Then I got to figure out, oh, wait, we need some maintenance. That's $300. I was like, okay, that's cool. But then a month or two later, you need 500 maintenance. It's time to schedule this. I'm just like, wait a minute, I don't use this thing that often. You know what? I got to get rid of this liability. This isn't making me money. I got to get rid of this thing. So trust me, I know about the Sea-Doo jet skis, jet boats, all that. He's right. Hundreds of dollars per year. And as it gets older, it's going to cost you even more than hundreds of dollars per year. That's why you don't mess around, ladies and gentlemen, with maintenance, and the hours matter. As I was getting ready to say, on your jet skis, you start doing 100 hours, 150, 200 hours, you're going to have to start changing some things in your engine, seals for one. And that is not something that's going to cost you $50. So you better be using it to make money. But luckily, that hour and a half, 3 times a day, so you're going to reach that 150 to 200 hour mark pretty fast, especially if you're doing 2 hours 3 times a day. You would do it pretty fast. 5 days a week, let's just say, out of 7. That would be pretty fast because you're going to be at 10, what is that? 15, 30 hours a week. 10 weeks is 300 hours. That is fast. But in those 10 weeks, how much money you're going to make for each of the jet skis? That's the question, right? So if you're charging like $300, and you're saying that's 300, that's 900, and you're going 900 times 5, right? So that's 4,500 a day times 30. So you're going to start, you have the money. That's not the problem. The thing is, those 300 hours comes up like that when you're doing things for 1.5, 2 hours. Time flies. So that's exactly, and he did the right thing, because I'm telling you right now, the older it gets, then it's the more they do. In fact, I have a motorcycle that is a 2000 motorcycle, the year 2000. So I'm sitting here. I go to the Yamaha dealer. It's a Yamaha Roadstar Silverado. It's you guys have seen it before, and the guy starts saying, we don't work on bikes that old anymore. And I'm like, why? He's like, because people leave their bikes out in the rain and the environments. They don't care. It's older. We break off a nut. Now we're trying to fix something. The nuts break. I'm just like, damn. So I remind him, I said, how long you been working at the place? He says, like 20 some years. I said, well, then I know you're going to work on my bike, because you know my bike. I said, it's the Green Monster. And so he starts thinking, and he's like, well, for you, we know you take care of your bike, so you can bring it in. Because all I want to do is an oil change. That's it. But even then, rusted old bolts will break off. And then that means they have to do something special to get the bolt out, right? So they don't want to have nothing to do with it. I can't blame them, because like Victor Morel says, maintenance is everything. All right. So that's why you got to maintain these toys as they get older, which is a liability. And it's going to cost you more if you don't. So it's up to you if you want to keep a vehicle or anything that moving parts after time wears down, then it becomes a bigger liability. But if you're making money, then you can replace it with a new item and then continue to make money. You don't have to. So the maintenance. And so the question I'm going to have when I look into these, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get the maintenance plan. I hope they have a maintenance plan or something. So we will see. All right. We have James Way in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to his name, which I greatly appreciate. He's here and he says, hello, all. Got the notifications, which is very nice. That's 7 people tonight. If George's Charles is here smelling money, I ain't going nowhere because the rent is too damn high. The rent is too damn high. You got that right, man. It's always too damn high. And I am very happy to hear from my cousin in Jacksonville. He says, Eric, man, you won't believe what happened. He says a lot of properties are sitting vacant in Jacksonville. And you want to know why? I was like, why? And he says, because remember when you guys were being outbid to buy homes 2 years ago? And I kept saying, never overpay, because you never know who you're bidding against. Well, you might have been bidding against corporations pretending to be people. And now these homes that they are renting for outrageous prices are sitting empty. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Just as we predict. And just like I said, let them buy. Let them buy. Because once again, they're going to have to pay, if they sit empty, the HOA. They overpaid for the property, which increased not only their real estate taxes, but now they have to pay a higher premium. And it's a nightmare if it's sitting empty for months. Serves them right. Just as predicted, it would go that way. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So all I'm saying, it's a beautiful thing. You also have to think about scaling up the business with marketing. That's something you can do with your skills and magic of social media. Yeah, Victor Morel, all it is for me, I just look at it pretty simple. Being in the travel tourism business, you just go see the concierge. I mean, you get the concierge together. You get the the excursion guys together, and you get on their books. So then when people come see them, they say they promote your stuff. Those are the easiest ways to get it started from like even as soon as one day. Because especially when you know the lay of the land, like I know where my property is, they are charging $400 for a 1.5 hour tour on the jet skis. So if you see a new guy coming in, it's capitalism, and I say $299, of course we're going to have some sort of upsell, of course, of some sort. But I say $299, people are going to go, wait, this guy's at $400, this guy's at $299. They got the new jet skis. I think we're going to go there. So I should actually exceed what they're doing. But then, of course, we're going to, when you get there, we might have some little funky, $15, $20 if you want some special goggles or something, or I don't know what we're going to do. But all I'm saying is I can afford to do it because I have the most efficient vehicles because they're brand new, right? I'm not buying used, not this. So these have to be brand new. And hopefully I get a warranty of some sort, and hopefully I can somehow get a maintenance agreement, because I know it probably is going to be voided because I'm going to be using it for commercial purposes. But nonetheless, we will see what happens, because I don't know the rules of the land in the DR, and maybe it's not like America where they say, well, you're renting it out, so therefore we're not going to cover you, or things like that. We will see. But I'm going to check it out, because that would be major, especially if you have land at the beach. And now you don't have to ask for permission to be posted up out front. At least I think you got to ask for permission. I'm pretty sure. So yes, Victor Marrero, exactly. And then of course we have our SSN Lifestyle, SSN Nation, so we can always promote. I have the SSN Nation channel. I only dropped the SSN Lifestyle logo on that channel with the music, but I don't think it's even going to show up. It would be at SSN Nation. So everybody just go over and subscribe if you can find it, because you never know when the channel might get shut down. Because in case you don't know, I'm beefing, so to speak, with Micah and the Goofy Gopher Club. And so therefore they're trying to actually shut the channel down. But Micah sent over a nice letter. It was lovely. Sent over a letter that he doesn't really want to shut the channel down, because the 15,000 plus subscribers, it's a great thing that we've done here and had people watching. So he says, I really don't want to, but we'll buy back your NFT. And I'm like, look, man, you done rip people off. So you should be giving people back, whoever wants their money. Otherwise, videos keep rolling. Simple as that. But they may be successful. You never know when they have helpers that work at Google. I mean, I live in California, right? Used to. And so therefore I probably have friends that work at Google who can mess with YouTube stuff, and I could probably do some backdoor stuff. This is America, third world country. We can always do some backdoor stuff. Come on, get real. So they're from Cali. Mike is from Cali too. So he might know somebody at Google. And you never know, because they've been taking down people's videos over privacy complaints. All they had to do was say, I'm in the video, or they talked about me or something, and they send over a generic letter saying you violated privacy. And it says it could be a thumbnail, it could be a title, it could be a picture, it could be their name. It's like, wait a minute, which one is it? And they don't tell you. They just tell you, like in the latest incident, they said 14 minutes. No, sorry. 4 minutes and 53 seconds to 14 minutes. It's somewhere in there. That's 10 minutes. I'm like, is this a joke? 10. Okay, so what is it? Is it in? It must be in the video, but what is it? We don't know. So the video may be taken down in 48 hours. We don't know. So keep those things in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right. But once again, you have opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. New tourist records in the Dominican Republic for 2 months. 1.3 million. That's a new record for 2 months. And each of these last January and February, all-time record highs. Business opportunities for all. Storage units are going to be needed. And oh, by the way, now I can do storage units too. That's pretty cool. I haven't bought property for storage units, but I have opportunities to do so now. All right. That would be awesome, because that's what I think is going to be big time, because all these people are moving into these apartments. They plan on doing long-term or short-term rentals for their villas. And so they are going to want to put things in storage until they come back instead of moving it out or maybe even selling it. So I think that is a golden opportunity. And I don't see too many of those. And I know why, because the way how much they're selling land for, it's too pricey. In a good neighborhood, they're someplace inside Punta Cana, they're talking like crazy, $500,000 an acre and stuff like this. I mean, a hectare. It's getting crazy out here. So you never know what's going to happen that way, because I don't know how much land you're going to need to pay that. So it makes it kind of interesting. But I do know storage is sorely going to be needed. We're talking about bikes, surfboard, windsurfing. We're talking about everything that goes with an island. People can't keep these in the way they've structured their condos and villas with hardly any storage areas. People, if they want to live there, are going to have to keep, I don't even know where people are going to put stuff for storage, because it's not like they make garages with storage areas there. It's weird. And your condo, forget it. They don't even have a door to store a jacket when you walk in. So where are you going to store stuff at if you have sporting equipment? I mean, I don't get it, but I do get it. That's why if I get in the game, the properties we have are going to be built for you to live in long term. So that means you have to have storage areas, closets, not just in the bedroom, but other storage areas for bicycles, surfboards, right? Let's just say you don't want to use a desk again. All right, I got to put the desk over here in my storage, my unit in my garage, right? It's simple. I live in a condo. What am I going to do now? If I mean, that's crazy. I guess I'll throw it away because I can't store it anywhere. That's crazy. So don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. The new heroes are coming. I wish they would tell me sooner than later if we're coming or not. Now, if anybody has anything they want to talk about tonight, please do so. Here's the chat room. It's open, but it's only open for members of the channel. If you're watching right now trying to get in the chat room and can't, there's a reason. You have to be a member of the channel. You know that money sign that you see? That's how you become a member. If you don't want to become a member, that is fine, but please become a subscriber. Subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell if you like what we're talking about, and then smash the like button, give it a 1 piece, and then we'll be in. We'll be friends for life. Then you're going to find out we're here for you. We're trying to help you. And so on Friday, please come back for the 9-10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time video. 9-10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. Come check us out. You never know what we're going to be talking about. It's an open forum. You can ask questions. I'm not the smartest guy in the tool shed, but we have other people that's very smart here as well. So you never know. Your questions may be answered, and more than likely it will be, because we have superstars in the house. All right. I'm going to make this short and sweet, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't going to be all day, but new Terrace Records. Kathmandu closed since George's Charles is here. It's no surprise to him as well. Me and him had conversations about that. It's not a shocker at all. Because again, when I found out what they were actually doing, I was like, who would travel to an island to go do that? That is like a joke. People are here to do ATVs, boats, zip lining and all fishing and all this. Are they really going to be going to a place to do this 1990s carnival stuff, shooting lights at screens and what the heck? Running on these little trampolines like an adventure park. I'm like, and you're going to charge me $100 and something per person. So a family of 4 is going to cost me $500. Are you serious right now? A day? If I want to come back? Well, I can just stay at an all-inclusive spot. And then it was going to get worse anyhow, because if they, once they build Atlantida, Vista Cana, Larimar, Cruise on Land, then Kathmandu's done. Because then people are going to stay at those locations and just use all their facilities when they have kayaking, man-made beaches, their own little whatever adventure parks, pickleball courts, basketball courts, tennis courts, golf courses. I mean, and water parks to boot, I mean, then why would you go to Kathmandu? You're not. And unbelievably, as expected, Kathmandu couldn't even hang with the present environment, which is, again, no shocker. Who wants to go to 1990s, shoot on a screen, put on some glasses, the chairs shake? That's been out for over 20 years. That's nothing new. I mean, sadly, and charging people these ridiculous amounts of money is ridiculous. $100 a day, 120, and it's 13 and over. That was a recipe for disaster. No real rides, in my opinion. So we'll see how this goes. But they closed, and this is prime time right now. It didn't help them. 2 primetime cycles did not help them. So that tells you how bad it was and how bad that they went for this little Mickey Mouse thing when they should have went for the big time thing. They should have put some big ass, badass roller coaster in there. They should have put some badass like go-kart tracks or something in there. They should have put a whole bunch of other things in there besides whatever that was. That was some sort of weird stuff. To me, I'm an aficionado for the amusement parks. I'm very lucky. I've been to damn near all the big amusement parks. I miss that. How do you know Kathmandu is out? Here it is. Here it is, man. It's over. Not a shocker. Not a shocker at all. I mean, no surprise. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, that's weird. I just had something disappear. I don't know how I did that. All right, here we go. Kathmandu. Down goes Kathmandu. Down goes Kathmandu. March 7th, 2024. Kathmandu Park, Punta Cana closes its doors. Statement released on Thursday morning assures that while the commercial stores and restaurant will continue to operate, the theme park itself will be shutting down immediately. The post shared on the official website and social media channels mentions that they are now considering the future use of the property. It's over. Some people right now can read Spanish, so I'll leave the Spanish version up top, but it says it right there. The commercial shops and restaurant probably have leases. So it probably depends on when their lease expires that they're still extra. That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded if they didn't let people out of their commercial and restaurant leases knowing they don't have any customers coming through. That's bad. And look, they're saying consider future use of the property. That means it's done. Kathmandu's over. So much for that. It's a wrap. It's over. That's all the telltale signs right there. All right. Brian P. He's asking, hey, Eric, any updates on the InstaVid AI? I don't have any updates for you, but there are updates. I'm going to try and get Oscar on Friday, probably. All right. Maybe even Thursday, but I think Friday. We should bring Oscar on, and I'm going to show you the latest updates. It hasn't been busted out yet, and we have more partnerships as well. That's right, but it hasn't opened up officially, so don't worry about that. But we have partnerships with White Label, and we can get into some of the partnerships because it can be announced now. So, yes, I'll give you some updates on Friday or Thursday. It all depends. Just stay tuned in the next 24, 48 hours. If Oscar's available, I'll have him on, and then he can show on screen. Because we now have AI representatives talking on screen and directing you to what you need to do. Yeah, there's been some updates. It's pretty cool. Some unexpected updates that's been requested, and he's doing it. So it's making it much better. Plus, we have deals in place with some entertainment groups and some other type of groups that's with movies and TV. So we're going to find out about it on Friday. He's been very, very busy. So him and his crew making things happen. So I'll have to, in fact, I can go test it out myself, right? Which is, I mean, let me go over here real quick. Let's see here. Okay, that's not working for me. That's not going to work. All right, guys, let me know if anybody thought Kathmandu Park in its current construction was going to be successful. Because I thought with the garbage they had, I thought for sure they were going to bring in something bigger. I mean, I thought I was going to see, like I said, like a real amusement park. I thought I was going to see roller coasters, go-kart tracks for the, I mean, even zip lining through their park or something. I thought I was going to see something, kind of cool. Little rides that drop you or something, they go up 100 feet or 75 feet, then drop you, something a little safer than going up, 300 feet or something. But I figured they'd have something that gets people's adrenaline going, but not this little misty stuff rolling through like it's a freaking, carnival that you get that comes to your city or something and is there over the weekend for 3 or 4 days. That was crazy. But it's on an island. And again, I don't think that's a good idea to bring that type of thing to the island when there's already activities on the island that are much more adrenaline rushing than what they are offering, right? So just think about it. Okay. So all the hoopla about it being a combo from an Orlando company helping out, that didn't help. Nothing helped, apparently. 1 year. Literally 1 year and they're gone. At least that's what it seems like. It seems like only 1 year. I'm in shock by it, quite frankly, but I'm not really because nobody was going there. There was no reason. I don't think there was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at where I'm being like, I don't know what's going on here. I have a situation where my screen is freezing. Once again, you guys can probably hear me. So if you have anything else that you want to talk about, please do so now. I was going to go to InstaVid AI and go and log in and see what, see some things, show you guys some things, but I'll save that till Thursday or Friday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. Here we go. I see it now. I guess I can talk a little more because this is what we do. The show must go on, even though we're being hijacked. That's unfortunate. I don't think they had a robust marketing campaign. The price point was an issue, and also the amenities matching the renderings. The parking was also, Morel hit it all on. And the weird thing is, they knew what they were doing because they cleared the land in 2020. When I went there in 2020, they said this is where Kathmandu Park's going to be. So they knew it was going to be behind the hold on a second. What is going on here? They just took out my StreamYard. Anyhow, they knew the park was going to be built there. They knew everything. They had it already outlined. It was crazy. So that's why I'm like shocked that they even, I don't understand what they were doing years later. There we go. That's what we're talking about right there, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to leave this because I'm going to have to, I think. The deal. Once again, thank you so much, Victor Morrell, for no sound. But I wanted to point out, I'll go over it again. He said a park-like setting should have been built next to the main highway where tourists could see towers and amenities. Something like this needs to have good access like Disney. That was one of the things right there. We talked about this when we said, hey, are they going to make that a 4-lane from when you come in where Jumbo Market is from downtown so you can ride there, or are they going to make a path through to the highway? They did neither, because it was obvious if you're going to have an amusement park, you should have had like a 4-lane off the highway directly into, well, you couldn't because you had to run across the street. The way they designed it was it locked you. So you would have had to cross a 4-lane road. If they expanded that, there would have had to been a light there. So now you're going to have people coming off the freeway going there, and you could have had cars stacked up because of a light, or worse, a stop sign. So I don't know what they were thinking. And you're not going to put a bridge, I assume, to run over it, which you should have, to go over they should have changed the 4-lane that goes right by in front of it. They should have made that a 4-lane, and they should have brought a 4-lane that you can drive over to go on to Kathmandu. And Victor Morrell, even if we did that, he hit it right on the head. There's no parking. It was just stupid. I thought they were going to tear down the old shopping center and mall, and they left that part of it like weird that they left that up. They didn't just flatten everything and recreate everything for what they needed. So the parking was atrocious. And I agree with everything he's saying. His assessment is exactly right. And that caused them to not have people come. You think about it. They're running 1990s type of rides and amusement. And then they're charging people over $100 per person, even kids who are 13 years old. And it's a kiddie thing in the first place. A family of 4 is going to have to spend damn near $500 just to get in. And never mind, we haven't even spent money to buy anything yet. And then we have a hard time getting in, getting out by driving. And now all of a sudden it's like, why were we here? We could have just went to the Caribbean Lake Park and paid the same thing, and we might have had a little bit more fun, or we could have went to the beach and rented some jet skis. I mean, like, this is crazy, right? I mean, that's what they're competing against. This is why when you go to an island, I never suggest doing what they did. So I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I was looking at some property, and a realtor says, hey man, it's 100,000 acres. So he proceeds to extol to me how well everything is because they have plans for a water park. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me. A little side note. It's not going to be built though. But my point is, now get this. Well, I don't think it's going to be built, so I'm just going to tell you about it. So what if there's a water park downtown? Now, and I couldn't believe what I had coming into my ears. You've been to Orlando, right? Yes. You know those water parks they have in Orlando? I'm like, you mean those old water parks that were hella cool in Orlando that is shut down now? Yes, I remember. And I used to always say, how are these water parks in business? People are coming for Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld. How many people are going over here when you could just be at the water park at a resort? Okay, yeah, it's not the water park. We got the 150-foot drop and all that, but still, you go to the water park at the Holiday Inn right next to Disney. They got lazy river. They have a little slides and stuff, but nothing to the magnitude of 100 feet up and thing. But so what? And you're going to spend money to go to Disney. That's going to cost you like $700 for the day for a family of 4. Then you're going to pay to go to a water park. And the water park's going to keep getting more and more expensive because of electricity draw, water draw, and all that, pumps and things like that, and maintenance. I was like, I'm thinking in my mind, that is a total disaster. You're going to be on an island. A water park ain't that cool. You're going to be on an island. You have an ocean. That's a water park. Why am I going to be building a water park in downtown Punta Cana? Somebody please help me here. Why would you even think about that? You already have the Caribbean Lake Park right there. You want to get on some wave boards and go over some jumps and things like that? And then you're going to build an actual water park similar to the ones they had in Orlando? Again, the ones in Orlando have slowly shut down. Come on. Come on. They used to have 3 badass water parks in Orlando. But that's when water parks was one of the main attractions. But now people are like, nah. I mean, come on. And on an island, I'm sorry. I'm not even agreeing with that on an island. We got water, or surrounded by water, and a water park ain't going to cut it. All right? Not going to cut it. If you're staying at an all-inclusive resort and you're paying to stay there and they have a water park there, just like what's about to happen at Cruise on Land, and then you're going to build a water park and that's all you have with some restaurants and whatever you're going to do, that's not sustainable on an island. Because people are still, how much are you going to charge? $100 a person like everybody else around there, and 13 years old and up, you pay $100, $400 for a family of 4 for 6 hours. I mean, come on. That's not going to wash on the island. And it's not going to wash for the locals as well. So then what? Kathmandu can't work for the locals when it's charging $500 for 4 people, family of 4. Locals aren't going to do that. And why? They don't have to. They have other things they do. So I agree with this exactly, Victor Marrero, and I don't understand what they're trying to do over here, doing this failed stuff. This is 2024, and they're trying to pigeonhole some stuff that happens in the 90s that was successful in the early 2000s. That's gone. You don't get to come back and bring that stuff back, stuff that people don't even care about. You better start having some more activities, more things that has a little bit more adrenaline rush to it. Drop zones is even better than anything. It takes up a small space. At least you got drop zones. You got things that makes people's heart rate go up a lot. Water parks and all that on an island just never makes sense to me. Not to me from a business perspective when I'm surrounded by water. It doesn't make any sense. So can you believe somebody actually has a design for that in downtown Punta Cana? Is that crazy? I'm just like, is that for real? Dolphin Discovery, Caribbean Lake Park are downtown. The ocean is right behind downtown, and the ocean is a little bit over in another direction, another 5 to 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes over from that is another part of an ocean you can go to. I'm just like, that's not a thing to me on an island. That's crazy. Real crazy. Real crazy. I think people will want to be out on the dune buggies, the jet skis, the zip lines, the horseback riding, the ATVs, the blue holes. I mean, the cruise, the booze cruises, the yachts. I think that's where everybody wants to. I don't know. I'm not traipsing to the islands to sit there and go, hey man, let's go to the water park. You know, the one that is in every city in Florida kind of thing. That's almost like going to one of those miniature golf places. If they start building that like in Florida, that's going to drive me crazy. If I find that they start building 5 or 10 stupid ass mini golf courses that people go pay for on an island, I'm going to be like, I'm just going to throw my hands down. All I'm going to say is SSN Nation takeover is going to be complete, because I'm going to wipe all that stuff off the map. And people are going to be like, man, we're going to come over here and do this. You're damn right. Because I'll build my own racetrack out there. How about that? They don't even have that right now. People would come do the racetrack, the F1, not F1, but what do you call them things? It's a K1, the K1 sports tracks. People will go do that. I guarantee you they'll go do that. And that's why Cruise on Land is very smart by putting a go-kart track at their spot. Very smart idea. Nobody else has it. So now you have condos at this location, and wink, wink, they're probably going to have townhomes and villas there one day. I've seen the plans before. But the point is, people are going to want to stay there because they actually have something that people want to do. Roller coaster, check. Boogie boards, buggy rides, not boogie, but buggy rides, check. Go-kart racetrack, check. Come on. And a water park with the wave machine, we're good. Why am I going to go to Kathmandu Park or a water park when I can stay here and pay the same amount of money for a family of 4, and we have access to all this every day? Come on now. Makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. It is hard to compete with the all-inclusive resorts. Exactly. You have they're almost next to each other. Exactly. These resorts have their water rides already. Exactly. That's a good idea. Go-karts with arcade. Exactly. And that's why Cruise on Land is doing what they're doing, because there's nobody else that's so well. First of all, when you have the go-kart track, you got to have some sort of land. So that's the other thing. But it doesn't take that much land to have the go-kart tracks. But storage, maintenance, upkeep, extras, you need all that. So it can't be too small. But are you really going to do that singly? Putting it into a condo, hotel, casino environment. Now people are there with their families for different reasons. They go, hey, there's a go-kart track over there. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. I bet I can beat you. I bet I can have the best time. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect location. But if that was like that Wonderland that they had, that was a standalone by downtown, that they thought that was a great idea, yeah, it was cool. But once again, you're catering for kids. You had this little roller coaster. You had like a little Ferris wheel. You had places to eat. And yeah, you had beer or whatever for the adults when you get there. But the rides were basically kind of Kathmandu-ish rides for kids. And once again, I'm on vacation. Why am I doing that when I'm staying at an all-inclusive location that has rock climbing, tennis courts, basketball courts, lazy rivers, or its own water park? And I'm at the beach. I mean, this is crazy, right? I'm not going to leave and be like, yeah, let's just pay $500 to go over here to this Ferris wheel and these little kiddie rides. And that's ridiculous. So no surprise that went away. It's like they're back in the 1990s or something with this thought process. When you have, like Victor Morel says, 5-star all-inclusive resorts are dotted all down the coastline from Cap Cana up to Michi's. And they all have Arcade, yes. Go-kart tracks, I don't think. But they have everything else. Movie theaters. I mean, they got everything these days. And people are willing to spend $1,000 a day, $800 a day, $900 a day, including their food. They don't mind. And that's why these mega resorts should be making out like bandits for everybody that buys their real estate in the Dominican Republic, in near Punta Cana, because you're going to have people come in and say, you know what, I don't want to spend $1,300 per night. Over here, I can stay for $300 per night. And that $1,000 per day that we're saving, there's no way we can eat that much food. So if I stay at the mega project, like at Vista Cana, for instance, and you have man-made beaches, a fishing lake, a commercial zone for shopping, and you have basketball courts, tennis courts, pickleball courts, skateboard park, 3-4 pools. I mean, all of a sudden people start being like, well, why are we going to leave? The kids are out there playing soccer. The other kids over at the sports complex. We can go to the sports complex at Vista Cana because we can go get something to eat. There's a sports bar there. So now the kids are down there playing. We're over here playing. And it's included when we're staying here for $250, $300 per night. Then the kids say, hey, we're going to go up and use the kayaks at the man-made beach. How much is that? Well, there's kayaks in the closet or whatever. I don't know where they'd be, but you got kayaks. Go use them. Go play. Bicycle riding. Well, there's trails in here. You got cycling trails. All this stuff adds up when there's a family that goes to places. So it makes me sick when I see these moves like by Kathmandu, Wonderland. I'm like, what are you doing? This doesn't make any sense. Families staying at all-inclusives, like Victor Marrero says, or in one of these mega projects, they have everything already that most families would want on vacation. The only thing they're not going to have generally is the ATVs or the buggy rides or, things like that. Zip lining, if that's a thing to you. Those type of things they won't have, but they have damn near everything else. So why am I going to pay twice when I can just pay $250, $300, $350 a night, have my family here and have walking distance to all these little amenities that we have to pay for if we don't stay here or go stay at an all-inclusive for $1,000 per night? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I agree with you, Victor Marrero, on all of this. And now that we're talking about the go-karts and things like that, that is a thing that works anywhere, especially when you start doing that K1 series, because they actually have the helmets. You're riding around about 40 miles an hour, maybe even 50 tops. You have timing. It's kind of cool. That would be awfully cool. The only thing is you're on an island, so I would, and high humidity, I'd probably keep it in a building. Like in Atlanta, Georgia, they have them in the building. In Sacramento, they used to have one in the building. And that's the only places I ever saw it at. But that would be awfully cool, right? And not that pricey. You're not going to spend $100 per person, right? It's not that much. But you have a bar, restaurant, you can eat up there and other stuff. It's kind of cool. So if you have that, whether it's inside one of the complexes or not, people would actually go use that, I think. So that would be cool. Eric, I like the go-kart arcade idea very much. In fact, that can be better than the jet skis. Exactly. Just the maintenance alone will be cheaper. Exactly. Tell me about it. That is something. I now that we're talking about it, I like it better too. Not better, but I like it. Why not do both? I mean, seriously. Yeah, you have the go-kart, arcade, restaurant, bar, all in the same place. So family and friends come, or just people come, and they have a place they can relax and chill out, eat, drink. That's the one like in Atlanta, they have that. And in Sacramento, they actually have a restaurant inside. So those are pretty cool, So, and they don't have that on the island. So when Cruise on Land comes and they have some sort of track, and again, I'm a big fan of where you are. If I have go-karts, I don't want them in the rain because we're on an island. We're in the tropical zone. We have high humidity. Humidity is usually not good for vehicles of this nature. So what I'm thinking is indoors from the rain, indoors to reduce the humidity levels. Now all of a sudden you're operating temperatures and everything are doing things a little differently. That's what I would rather do. Plus, when it is raining, you can still do business. That's a factor, right? So keep all that in mind. But I agree, Victor Morel. I think it's a great idea as well. And one other thing about the go-kart and arcade and restaurant and all that, you can actually have more than just go-kart if you have the land. So then you start thinking in your head, like, wait a minute, I can expand. If you have enough acres, all you need is like 2 acres. That's it. You start expanding, you're like, well, wait a minute, we can add a zip line here or something. We can do whatever you want. I don't know what you would do, but I'm just saying you can add to it actually. So yeah, the restaurant bar and all that. You can set up a restaurant bar for adults and let the kids do the arcade and go-karts. There's one close to Margaritaville in Orlando that's always packed. There you go. There you go. He's got it right there. That's it. Exactly. Because see, in Orlando, you go to SeaWorld, you go to Universal, you go to Disney. You know what's not there? Okay, Disney does have the it's not a go-kart track, but they got the race track, but it's still not the go-kart track. So it's a perfect thing, right? Who else has the go-kart tracks? Right? It's pretty good with the arcade, with the bar and restaurant. He's hit it off exactly. I guarantee, I'd be willing to bet you it's no more than like 2 acres. I wouldn't even, yeah, it's probably 2 acres, acre and a half. I wouldn't imagine it's like 5 acres or anything. I think it's probably like 2 acres. That's all that it is. I'd be shocked if it was even any bigger than that, because you don't need that much space because the track goes around. So it's not like an oval. You're making snake turns. So, you know, it's not taking up a wide space. But Victor Morel, is it inside is the question. That's what I want to know, because that would be a great thing to go look at. I like that idea. I love that idea. In fact, let me see if I don't get hemmed up. Let's go see go-kart. Where are we at here? Come on now. Track Orlando with restaurant. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull something. K1. Oh, it is in Orlando. K1 indoor go-karts. Orlando Kart Center. Andretti. Oh man, they have 3 of them. At least 3 of them. There may even be Karting Orlando in the Desertland Park. Damn, there's 4 of them in Orlando. Andretti indoor karting and games, eat and drink. Wow. K1 is there. K1speed.com, Central Florida and Winter Park. Arcade with 50 plus games, bowling, restaurant and bar and ice cream shop. Yeah, that's K1. That's, like you said, that would be packed. Andretti, in fact, I forgot about Andretti. There's one. Andretti has one that I've seen before too. His was pretty nice, but not like K1. K1 is the one that I've seen. Also, like Victor Morel's talking about, restaurant, bar. They didn't have bowling though. I've never seen bowling in there, but hey, I like all of that. You're not leaving. See, that's the difference, ladies and gentlemen. You're not leaving. You're putting, everybody's going to go to Universal, but you're not getting the go-karts, right? You're not going to have the arcades. You will, kind of, if you stay at a resort. But now you got bowling. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. That is pretty cool. I got to go see this. This is crazy right here. They added bowling to this. I like this a lot. Arrive and drive, birthday parties, corporate events. Oh, that means you can rent it out. And they have a NASCAR in this place. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. I like it. Oh, they don't show too much. Paddock Lounge, groups and parties, pricing. I'm going to show you guys this because some people may not even know what we're talking about, Victor Morel. Here's K1. This is the one that's in Orlando. I just went to the pricing page. Look at this. Speed pass, 2 races, t-shirt, and license. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that license. That's funny. 3 races, $62.95. 2 races, $48.95. 1 race, $27. Look at this. K1 Speed annual license required to race. I love it. $7.95. Free use of your helmets. 1 free reusable head sock. 10% off apparel. Access to your racing score online. Storing of your racing history. Weekly newsletter. Free birthday race may be used within 1 week of your birthday. I didn't even know that. Wow. That's cool. Oh, yeah. You're going to have to do a waiver, ladies and gentlemen. Minors under 18 years of age will need to have their waiver signed by a parent or legal. Height, you got to be 4 feet tall. Oh, wait. Hold on. Adult minimum height 58. No mixed adult and junior race. Oh, they got junior races. Nice. This one might be pretty big. So there you go, ladies. Let me go to gallery. Let's go check the gallery out. Here we go. Let's go look at the gallery. Yep. Look at this. Let's go see what we got here. This is what we're talking about, ladies. And look at this. F1s. You got to love this. I mean, this is cool. This is kind of, I like this concept here, but this is pricey to start this one. Let's call it what it is. You know, that's pricey. See, this is the track I'm referring to, right? Notice how you don't need that much space. That's a beautiful business, right? And it's indoor in Orlando like it should be because they have the same problem you have in the DR. If it's summertime, you know rain's coming at like 1 to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. There's going to be some drizzle, right? And look at this. They have a lounge area, sports bar lounge area, as they should, that actually sees. Yeah, I like this layout right here. Look at this. Look at this. This is cool, right? And they're electric sometimes as well. Bowling alley. This one, I've never seen a bowling alley. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Of course, arcades are going to be raced, right? Okay. And you pay. I like it. I see pool tables. I see some more arcade games. Yes, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just what it looks like. Not bad. And here's the bar. All right. That just gives you an idea. In fact, Victor Morel just hit the nail on the head. This is something that's not even in the DR. This is crazy now that we think about it. There's opportunity. Once again, just by talking, there's opportunity. He says, I wonder why there isn't something like that in Punta Cana. Exactly. You can add ice cream place, gourmet coffee, beachfront Java. That's what we can add. Coffee, tea. That's right. And the ice cream place, because it is 80 degrees every day. I mean, how cool is that? Think about it. Now, here's the question. Here's the $1 million question. We're going to find out because you know what? I like this opportunity right here. Let's go find out, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? How many acres is the K1 Speed track? Oh, there was Sacramento on the list. Track Orlando, Florida. Let's go see if they tell us. How big is the K1 track? That's not going to answer, is it? Okay. It's only a 1/4 mile in length is our usual tracks, but that's not going to answer. Oh, I know why. Maybe I have to do it like this. Center. Maybe I have to do it like this. 7 to 10 minutes. Nice. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find out there are 86 locations worldwide. Victor Marrero, maybe there is one. Orlando has moved to a new and improved venue. Well, this one's nice. They have one in Vegas too, by the way. If you're interested in this, but it's not giving me new Tampa Bay Center showcases everything the company is known for. Fast all-electric go-karts. Wow. That means we need solar energy on the roof in the DR. Okay, so just for Victor Marrero and myself, I want to go see where they are. Are they in the Dominican Republic somewhere? No, they are in America. Oh, California. There we go. Sacktown, South San Francisco. Okay. Phoenix, Birmingham, Rogers, Atlanta. That's correct. Boise, Daytona Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Jacksonville, Miami, Orlando. Wow. Wow. A lot of places. Okay. Here we go. Canada, China, France, Italy, Puerto Rico, Mexico, South Korea. Now, if Puerto Rico has one, then that means Dominican Republic should have one. What you say, gentlemen? What do you guys think? Oh, this is cool. Is that a Lambo? What the heck? Oh, they're using. Okay, everybody has the same. Oh no, this is different. I was gonna say, does everybody have the same pictures? Okay, that's a Lambo though, so that's weird. Check out our gallery. Oh, they have a ramp. No, that can't be, can it? They don't have a ramp in there. Tell me they don't. They do. This must be small. This is crazy. They have a ramp in here. Wow. This is wild. This is wild. This is doable. Look at this. This is doable. They do have a ramp. Oh, I like this. This isn't that big either. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is a Lambo. Okay, that's like a almost looks like a Ferrari, but I'm pretty sure that was a Lambo. All right. Definitely Lambo. All right. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Just stick with me for a second here because I find this very, very fascinating. This isn't that big of a place, but we need to know pricing up in here. In Puerto Rico, what are they paying? Because they have almost the same demographics. So now instead of $64.95, it's $49.95 for 3 races. Instead of $45, it's $39 for 2 races, and 1 race is still, well, it's a little more, $25. $5 license fee instead of $7. Okay, same waivers, same sizing, discounts for military and EMS personnel. Not bad. Not bad. The question is, how much is a K1 speed? Okay, let's see, guys. You're going to hang with me a little longer. How much is a K1 speed? I think it's a franchise, right? Which I don't play well. It's 500,000 and a net worth of 1.8 to qualify. Are you saying, okay, well, it says you need 500,000 in liquid assets and a net worth of 1.8. Okay, well, the income has increased to 120 million within the, okay, that's overall. What is the revenue? Okay, that's but that's because they do franchising. 180 for, okay, forget that. Outlier and Presidian Capital. Okay, it looks like, oh, let's go check. Sacramento back to $62 instead of $48.95. Like in, let's go see what do we got here. So we don't really know what it is. We don't really know what it is, do we? Nope. We don't know how much it costs. And it's a franchise. That means they want a pretty penny. We are currently not franchising in the United States. All right, good. Dominican Republic, come on, guys. We have something. All right, check this out. Franchise opportunity. Let's see. How long is this? You guys want to look? This is business, right? I had to hold off for a second. I just realized this is on YouTube. I might have some sort of copyright notification for using their video. So I figured I better stop it for a second. All right. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Music, band, ice cream shops, go-kart tracks. This looks like a hangout and a vibe to me, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think? This should be in Dominican Republic somewhere. Oh my God, I can't believe this. All right. I've never been there doing the nighttime racing after dark or whatever they're calling this. I've never been there when it's been like this. This is pretty sweet right here. Let me know what you guys think. No. Oh, I already know I'm going to have all kind of music, copyright problems. So in case people are watching this on a replay and they don't hear any music, just keep in mind it had to be replaced. Okay. I saw Max Verstappen. That's F1, ladies and gentlemen. I see people outside. I'm liking this a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can't play this anymore. I can't do it. I already know. I'm going to have a copyright strike on this. This is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is awesome. All right, exactly. The bar inside, and you can see your kids on the track with TVs. The more the parents drink, the more the kids want to ride. You can make a deal with the resorts for marketing. Exactly, Victor Marrero. I love this. This is awesome. Okay, K1 is awesome. That looks like top of the line, but I know Andretti has his go-kart track too, and I can't remember where I went to Andretti's. I swear I can't remember. Was it in LA? Was it? Oh, I think it's in Vegas. Exactly. The bar inside, you can see your kids. I think it was Vegas where Andretti's is. You don't need a wide open space. You can also do a multi-level track like the one in Kissimmee. I love this family business. You ain't lying. I do too. Why hasn't anyone thought about one in Punta Cana? I am curious. Victor Morrell, you know why. You just hit the nail on the head. It said for K1, you have to have 500,000 liquid, and you also have to have 1.8 million in what was it? Wealth numbers. So that limits who that's going to be. Basically, it limits to the top like 5%. So that means a top 5%er, which is less than 60 million in the world, in the US anyhow. That means one of those 60 million is going to have to say, I want to go for a go-kart track in Dominican Republic. Probably nobody's paying attention if you have that type of money, because you don't care. You can travel wherever you want to go anyhow. And you probably go to Punta Cana, but you know how small it is and what it looks like right now. They're not thinking there's a lot of people there. So that's why it's not there. But opportunity knocks, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Where is that K1, Eric? Orlando? Yeah. One was in Orlando, which was one level, but the one in Puerto Rico apparently has like a ramp that goes up. I've never seen that before. So they say there's one in Kissimmee. And there is. I've driven by it. But I'm going to see which one. I'm going to go get, I'll get Andretti. I don't really care who it is. Andretti has a name. E. White, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Another superstar investor is in the house, ladies and gentlemen, with regard to real estate. And I love the icon next to your name, E. White. And he brings his tagline, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Eric? You know it's all good, man. We all here and you're here. SSN family, what did I miss, man? You missed a whole bunch. Hey, check this out. Kathmandu closed its doors March 7th. That's one thing. The main topic, Dominican Republic, all-time record for February, 661,000, just happened in 2024. Another record for January 2024. Another record for February 2024. And I rest assured, I'll bet my last dollar another record's coming in March. That's 1.33 million in 2 months. If they keep that up, we just have another another 5 2-month period. If they do 1.3 another 5 times, that means we break the record. 8.5 to 9 million this year. And then the 2025 hits 9.5 to 10 million. We're on track, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking by air. I'm not talking about including cruise. We're talking about air passengers. And 66% of all air passengers land at, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, Punta Cana Airport. So, E. White, I rummed it. I made it in a nutshell. But now I'm interested in this K1 centers because I didn't realize. I got to go find out about Andretti. Okay, Andretti French. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Cart. Okay, franchise cost. There we go. Let's go see what Andretti has to say. Okay. Let's go see. We're checking something else out. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, no, that's Franchise Gator. That's not. I was getting happy when I saw Liquid 100K. Internet. See, this is the one. Net worth of 1.8 million and 500,000 liquid, but that doesn't tell you how much. 14 best indoor go-kart franchises. K1 is off the charts. 360-degree karting, amusement park, construction. Okay, I'm not going with that. Andretti, franchise cost. Okay. I guess I can't get this. What the heck is going on here? Starting a karting franchise, leading go-kart operators, turn your location into go-to destination, best leisure. You know what? All right, guys, look, this is going into some research that I think is a hell of an opportunity in the DR. And look at this. This is, oh no. Oh my, look at this. Oh, I want to see more of this. This was levels. What's going on? I just saw some levels. Oh, this is on a mall. What is this? Oh, this isn't, okay, this must be something different. Here we go. A simple track, single level, multi-level, double your profit with other attractions, 40%. Okay, here we go. This is the question right here. This was 18,000 square feet. 1140 feet of track on 18,000 square feet. If you double it up, yeah, but I don't know about all that, but okay. Single level is wider. That's 29,000 square feet is needed. Wow, we need a warehouse. But you know what? Victor Marrero already knows, and some of you already know, getting a warehouse with 100, wait, we only need 30, even if we had 45,000 square feet, that is doable. That is doable. Karting as an anchor attraction and family entertainment. I like this idea right here. I really do, ladies and gentlemen. We got to find out, though. I want to get a name. K1's a name. K1 is cool. Now I can't find out about the Andretti indoor. It's only $27.95 at Andretti. I like that better. Andretti is in Orlando, $27.95, $69.95 for 3-pack race. So it's this. Oh, it's more. So, okay. Andretti go-kart franchise. Let's go. Franchise cost. They just keep saying K1. Okay. Can't go by this. I'm not them. Andretti indoor karting games. Here we go. Each location. Okay. I guess we'll have to abandon this. But this is something that I'm going to be interested in. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Oh, they got the double levels and the bowling alley. This is sick right here. It wasn't in Vegas then. Where was it? Oh, it's also in, okay, it's in Marietta, Georgia. That's probably where I saw it then, because I thought it was Vegas that I saw Andretti, but I guess not. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Orlando has Andretti. I'm liking this. They're about the same price, so that means we need to find out. All right. Owners are Universal City Walk. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I see what you're doing. Andretti has the name. K1 has a name. We're going to find out about this go-kart business, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Here's why. We have a lot of people coming to the DR and Punta Cana area. In Punta Cana right now, there's a large amount of land that's available. And it's easy to build. You're building something that could be, let's say, 40,000 square feet. All right. Let's say it's 40,000 square feet. But the difference is you're just building an overall building, and then you're partitioning it like a house in the middle, where you'll have your restaurant, your bar, your bowling alley, your arcade room, your ice cream shop, whatever the case may be. But the track area is only going to be maybe 29,000 or 30,000 of this. And you got 15,000 square feet left over to put in your shops and restaurant, bars, whatever. Next thing you know, that thing is generating. You see what they're charging people. One race, $20, $25. 2 races, $40, $45. 3 races, $62 to $70. In Puerto Rico, where probably the market matches Dominican Republic, it was $49 for 3 races. 17, I think it was, for 1 race. So it is what it is, but you have all these other ancillary things where now you have places to eat, bowling alley, which is, again, I don't think they have too many bowling alleys in Punta Cana either. So again, you're doing something that is kind of different. They don't have, you get them in on the go-kart, or you get them in because there's a band playing tonight, or you get them in because you're coming for the bowling, or I mean, that's awesome stuff right there. I love it. We got to find out how much these are. Somebody needs to know. If somebody finds out about the Andretti go-karting franchise cost, which for some reason Andretti's not showing no love, but 360 karting franchise cost, let's see if they give me any love. Want to start a go-kart business? Yes. I want to know, how much is it? They're not giving any love for this. I want a quick answer. They're the ones that helped out with the 18,000 square feet if you do a double decker. Cool. Let's do a double decker. Let's do it. Yes, I like this. I like this a lot. 20-minute. Okay, we still don't have a price. Just come on already. Just come on already. What is it? Feasibility study. What the? Pre-construction, inspection, manufacturing, logistic effort. Oh, they're building it from ground up. Okay, so I guess this is going to, oh, this is Europe, EU, Paris. What? Okay. This isn't working. It looks like we got to deal with K1, Andretti, or somebody else. We got to have a name, though. You got to have K1 or Andretti. That's the only two you need. All right. Well, I like this as a business opportunity, but it's risky. But I do like it. So I want to tell everybody, you know, I think that's a go. We're going to have to go venture forth and go check it out. Let me know what you guys think about this. This is another opportunity. This is what I'm talking about. You can put yourself in position right now because nobody can copy you once the land keeps rising in price. Then if somebody else wants 50,000 square feet, they're going to have a problem because they might have to spend a lot of money, because I'm thinking of it right now. Here's an example. Right now, if you had 50,000 square feet, you would have to pay like $1,000 per square meter potentially. And actually, I'm wrong on that. I'm talking about, no, for land, $75, $120, $240, $260, or more, depending on what the location is. In the high pricier areas, you got to go around $260. If you come back into just random neighborhood kind of stuff in Punta Cana, you can probably find something for, let me see, what is the 30,000? Hold it. What is that? 30,000, 5,000, and they want 140 per square meter. So now we're talking about that's 20 times. That's going to cost $3.5 million. So to buy the land for the 100,000 square feet is going to cost about $3.5 million. Okay. Now you got to build a track, build a building, do all this stuff because you don't want to be outside. And I don't know what that cost is going to be. But if you said build a 50,000 square meters and somebody says that's 50,000 square feet, which is about 5,000 square meters times 1,000. Okay, let's get the number. 5,000, or I'm sorry, it's 50,000 times 1,000. Yeah, let's see what we get. Yikes. It has to be, that's $5 million. So you're at 8.5, and we haven't even gotten the go-karts yet. That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to justify. Most outdoor tracks cost $500,000, $2 million to start, while indoor tracks are $200,000 to $1 million. Jawway J, let me know where you got that. Is that the K1 build, the Andretti build? Is that go-karting build? Let me know where you have got that number from, please. Because the indoor tracks is what you want in a high humidity, high rain location. So you can be open for business year round. And you don't have to deal with the elements at all. So it would be indoor. Yeah, an outdoor track is outrageous. You're getting into other arenas when you're outside because you got to do certain pavement requirements and things. Yeah, I don't want to be outside. So let me know where you got that from, because that is a doable price. So now all you need is the acreage. I think this is doable. I like this. I really, really like this. All right. I'm going to end this right now because this will stay up all night for me. And I like this added feature. We've talked about some businesses that we can actually do, like the jet ski business and what that requires. We talked about even go-karting business. We talked about Kathmandu, why that happened. We've talked about several things that's actually going to make this work all the way around. And this is the ideas that you can come up with as well, because we're thinking of unconventional things right now, but you might come up with something that you think is pretty cool and that you can take an opportunity. Now, remember, a lot of people would say, well, hey, I don't have 200,000 or I don't have whatever. Just remember, if you can put something together on paper and it makes sense economically, and then you need some money for it, then you need to hit me up at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. At least you can have people look at it and see if it's viable. I'm going to tell you guys something. I put together a package, and I'll give you an example of what happened. These guys, I was speaking with my cousin. I sent him some things because he knows people that makes lots of money and have lots of money. So I sent him a package and said, hey, you know what? I'm probably going to get funding for this, but I figured I just wanted this is like a learning lesson. This will help you understand when you're looking to do something. This is what a package kind of looks like. You'll see I have all the numbers down and I give them all the full explanation of what's happening. So this way you can learn if you want to get in on trying to need money for investing. This is what I send out. So I sent it to him. And so I said, you can forward it to whoever you want, because they're going to have to spend about 7.7 million to do it. So I don't mind. So he sends it out, and then he calls me today. Key cost or land, the building, go-kart, safety equipment, operating expense until revenue picks up. Exactly, Jawway J. And that's from 360. Did they tell you, though? Well, then that's an open thing if you're talking about 200,000 to 1 million. So we need to know the franchise fee then, because that's the kicker. But then this is going to have to be if you're making money, because I don't want to try to do a startup. I got to tell you like it is. It's not worth all that for me. But back to the story at hand. He called me up. The reason I even talked to him today is because he called me up and he says, hey, Eric, he goes, first of all, the guy that has the money, he says something, I don't know the order, but it was along these lines. First of all, my money is not secured, because if they don't build the project, then I have no way of doing anything, and I would have to sue them, and then it takes years and I won't get my money back anyhow. That was one of the first things that the guy said. So I wasn't understanding what he's saying. I'm like, sue who? I'm like, why are you talking about suing anything? Because you're not the money, the investment isn't for building. The investment is for acquiring the land. So what you're buying, what the investor would be investing in, it's secured by the land. We're buying the land at below current market prices to begin with. It's off book. So we're getting it for $20 to $50 less per square meter. We can turn around and flip it, quite frankly, and make a couple million if you want to, but you know, why you can make more if you actually build on it. But the point I'm trying to make is you're not putting any money towards building. You're only putting money to acquire the land. I said, then we are doing pre-constructions. So therefore, the people in the pre-construction are putting down 10, 20%. So that's where the money comes to build the land. So you're not involved in that. Your money is not for that. You secured the land. It's backed by the land. So it doesn't work like that. We're doing American rules. We have draws. You got to finish the foundation. Then you get some more money. You better be building me some walls. We're not doing this. You pay up front and then worry about crap later. So I said, that's very interesting that he said that, because he'll see in there was nothing mentioned about buying real buildings or building buildings for the money. So I thought that was very interesting that the guy said that. So then I kind of knew he clearly did not read the presentation, meaning the potential investor. I was like, he already has a preconceived notion of what everybody's doing. I need your money to help me build an apartment. Now that's risky, of course. I need your money to build some units in Punta Cana or Dominican Republic. Yes, that's risky. That's why we're not doing that. No, I need your money to acquire the land. After we have the land, then we can get the money to build, because we're going to have projects going on. So that was one of the first things. So then I told my cousin, I said, hey, man, actually, just what I'm telling you guys, I told him that. And I said, that's kind of weird he would say that. So then he was like, okay, well, money's not secured. I'm going to have to sue these guys. And I was like, he's not even in the ballpark of what's happening here. And here's the other thing. It's staggered. So here's the beauty of it. To give you guys an idea, the beauty of it is you need a few $1,000s down. So in other words, in the month of March, you need 1.53 million. You know what that 1.53 million is for? That's actually for acquiring, that's down payments. So I'm telling you guys, 1.5 million isn't for one thing. It's for six things to put on hold. That means deposit down. Then you go into escrow, so to speak. Then in 4 months, that's where the big stuff comes. That's like 5.3 million. At the end of 5.3 million, 4 of the 6 properties is under the corporation name, free and clear, unencumbered, on the books. I owe the money, guys, but it's free and clear. Again, so the guys weren't reading whoever he sent it to. So that's what's needed this year. It ends up being 7.7 total. But here's the kicker. I'm giving you guys some extra sauce tonight. The kicker is this. Out of the 4 that's going to be transferred immediately, 3 we can start building tomorrow. You heard me correctly, because you know it takes 3 months, 3 to 6, but generally 3-4 months for title to transfer when you have the the proper title. So we have that on all 4 of the 6. So therefore, these are all first phase projects that are going to happen. So therefore, what we're going to be doing with this is we got 4. So 3 of the 4, soon as the property, the down payment is in, soon as it's in escrow, I already have an agreement through my pseudo partner. Actually, he's just going to be builder, but through him, because of his connections, we can start building tomorrow. We have clearance already. You don't think we're not going to be able to get projects done faster than everybody else? We don't have to wait till the escrow closes, because the way it works in the DR, when you agree to something and say, hey, let's just say we give you 300,000, right? Or let's say it's going to cost 300,000 and we gave you 50,000. The contracts there read differently than in America. If you don't sign the contract, you default the property. As the owner of the property, you signed a contract saying you're going to sell to the guy. If you don't sign it and turn it over to him, well, it's going to be taken for the money that they've given you already. So they have no incentive to hold it up. So with that said, we can start building ASAP. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? So if we had our projects ready, which actually we kind of have some renderings and all that ready, we could actually post that out. And because the SRL that we have does real estate, building, management, all this stuff, I'm selling right away. And we'll have money to start building soon as people start paying. So we're not going to have these 2-year, 3-year, 4 years delays on at least 3 of our projects for sure. That is what we do to the SSN Nation takeover, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down, and this is nobody can stop us because we own the land free and clear. There's nobody that can stop us. We get the money from people that do their pre-construction. Nobody can stop us. It's off to the races, and we deliver it on time. That's how we're going to do it. That's step 2, 3, 4. But nonetheless, I'm giving you some secret sauce on how we're going to do it. And on the backside, I'm going to be bringing in some other people because I want them to understand the building problems that are going to come up in the DR because of lack of manpower. So I'm going to have some manpower brought in that's going to help us also increase, just in case we start having some high velocity sales where somebody might be going, yeah, I want that villa, I want that condo, I want this, I want that. And the next thing we know, because we're going to be doing like 4 projects at the same time. That's right. You heard me. So damage is coming, but all I need is I just need this money sitting in the account, and we're off to the races. But anyhow, this is what's been going on. So not everybody understands nor pays attention to what you're doing. All right. Because at the end in the project, what I'm trying to tell you is at the end, it tells throughout the whole little brochure that the guy had to read over the perspective, so to speak, for what we need to invest. The whole thing says this amount is needed for the down payment to acquire the land. This amount is needed after when you're closed to finish closing. That's it. How are we going to pay you back? This is how we pay you back. None of it said it was money to build anything. So I thought, again, that was very shocking to hear from a guy that's supposedly an investor, not my cousin, but from his friend who says he's a guy that does investments. And I was like, did he read this or what? That makes no sense. He's prejudiced against the DR by saying, yes, we all know if you prepay in America, you prepay a developer or a builder the full amount of money, the odds of it being built is pretty slim. I don't care what continent you're on. You don't give people like $100,000, $300,000 to build your house here. Here, take $300,000 to build my house to a developer. Seriously? Even banks won't do no nonsense like this. They're going to make you do draws. Have inspectors come out. Make sure you done did the damn right job, and make sure that when we release our money, we got to make sure the first part is right. Then when you do the next part, you put my walls and roof up. We're going to have another inspector come out and check that before we release any more money. I don't know what this guy's talking about. I don't know who he is, but all I know is he must not be in real estate developing for sure, because you don't give nobody 100% of the money up front. And if you're watching this and somebody tells you to give them money up front, you better be running the other way. If they say, yeah, we're going to build you a villa for $130,000, give me like $100,000, you should not, you should be looking elsewhere. Perfect. Do not do that. Okay. First of all, they don't have all of the materials to even do it. They have to acquire the materials. And furthermore, it doesn't matter. They have to build a foundation. They have to make sure they have plumbing and draining and sewer and electricity coming to the lot and going to where you're going to be building this. They have to be staked and all that. They got a long way to go before we get to 100,000. You better be talking to me about the first 10,000, because you haven't even done the first 10,000 of this project, let alone giving you 100,000. That's crazy. You should not do that, ladies and gentlemen. And anybody, any developer, anybody telling you that, please run. Do not do business with them, and do not do business with, this is how it's done. I had a guy tell me over there, he goes, hey man, this property costs like $100,000. I mean, 1 million. The guy wants $300,000 down. I said, I started laughing. I was like, what for? Well, that way, hey, whoa. Hey, seller ain't dictating to the buyer. Sorry, that's not how this works. No, that ain't working for me. Nah, we don't need to do all that. We'll do something. Maybe we'll do 50,000. If he wants to get into any contract arrangement, that money's going to be sitting in escrow. He's going to sign on the dotted line, and he's like, well, if they don't sign, you get it. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Maybe he'll get everything together sooner than later if he wants the freaking rest of the money. I'm not giving to some dude $200,000, $300,000, keeping that money in escrow, and that guy's clowning around. Nah, we'll just give them 50 G's, maybe. But you keep talking crazy like that, there'll be 10 G's. So anyhow, the big dog's coming to town. Things are about to change, and it could change in a big way because I got a big boost. I'll let everybody know because now I can't say anything right now. I better not say anything. But there might be a very nice jewel added to the SSN Nation, because if this does happen, then there's something that's going to be so awesome, because my SRL there, we can do everything in real estate. And I did not know that because of everything I can do in real estate, I could actually have people work for me that actually I can work with projects, sell projects, and receive a commission if I have realtors working for me. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? So I can make extra money that I didn't even know about from sales of other projects. I was like, oh my God, they should have never told me this, because now I'm going to do some other takeover and it's not going to be pretty either. I was like, oh my God. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting. I'm very excited. I just want, if these guys ship this stuff, it should be in the next 24 to 48 hours. If it goes through, then you guys are going to know about it, and we're going to be raising the roof, and the party's going to be off the charts. All right, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm happy, and we got to run. So make sure you smash that like button on the way out. Make sure you share the videos. Make sure that you, if you like to become a member of the channel on Wednesday night, only members can be in the chat room. Please become a member of the channel. And I'll see you on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully I'll have good news. And for Jawway J, I've been promising for freaking 3 weeks to have the booking going up for the concerts. It's going to be 2 weekends now. Yes, I know. It's only because our boys Club Nouveau, with the top 20 hit, looking to go down to the top 10, they are going to Africa. So what can I say? I said, go have time, go have fun in Africa. I said, you know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to put it a Club Nouveau weekend when we get back, because you're in the top 20 in the Billboard charts. I love it. So therefore, they're coming the following week. So we're going to have 2 weeks of music festival, and it's going down. Or you can stay for the whole thing. Music for the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, real estate investing, and then jamming again with Club Nouveau, and a whole nother experience the following weekend with some other artists. It's going to be off the charts. Oh, and by the way, let's see, 3 weeks in the Dominican Republic. I'm going over there after the holiday, because that whole Holy Week thing, and even the second one, first through the 8th through the 15th. So I'm probably going to do the week of the 15th through the 22nd. We're going to have a talent show in Dominican Republic, in Punta Cana, and the artists will be able to perform at the music festival that we're having on one or both of the weekends. So if you're a band, if you're a musician, even if you're a comedian, if you're anything that has to do with entertainment, you're going to want to come and be in this, because you're going to be added on the SSN Lifestyle Music Festival program, potentially, if you are good. And yeah, you'll get a little check. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to find out all about this. I'll have some news next week about that and more. So with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening once again. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And you know it's hard out here, ladies and gentlemen. But like I told you all the time, if you know a person or a person willing to share information with you, and a person that's willing to try to help other people, that's rare. All these guys that are wealthy, they rarely try to help people by bringing them up, feeding them the way to fish. How do you fish? Well, you got to know somebody that can give you money, such as $1.5 million. That helps out greatly. Relationships matter. So we'll see how the relationship all turns out. But it should turn out good. And all I can tell you is stay tuned for one hell of a ride. The SSN Nation takeover hasn't lifted off yet, but we're about to take off. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the next 48 hours. So stay tuned on the Friday night live stream. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.